Okay. Hello everybody, who is here? Is there anybody out there? Hi Enzo. Right, you're here, so there's a delay. I've got two chats up. Enzo, can you check that your messages come through on both vertical and horizontal, as we're streaming on both? I'm just going to start doing some playing, I think. Hi Kurt. So Kurt, I don't know if were you here yesterday? You've got the choice of vertical or horizontal. Horizontal, got a lovely view now of the guitar. Is this both streams or both comments? Let me check. Yep, we've got vertical and we've got horizontal. And chat's coming through both. That's cool, I'm hanging out in both as well. Getting hot in here. Keep that heat down. Luckily I can go in and out of flow. Hey man, you play it with McRocklin, right? Yes, that's me. Neil, pleasure to see you here. Please subscribe to the channel. Hey, it's going good. Rock and roll. All right. Well, finally, my dreams come true. Almost. The dream being, Rob, and everybody, hi Rob, is that we have dual streaming. I've missed for so long the the horizontal. And here it is. Vertical has served me well by building this channel up, but now we have the gimbal and we have fully horizontal mode. What does this mean? This means for those of you who like to hang round and have the attention span for it, you can now basically come to the horizontal and watch everything in a much bigger view. Looks better on your iPad or on your television. So that's really good. I'm really pleased about that. And then for those of you who like to kind of just watch on your phone or just flick about and go in and out, then you've still got the vertical. And the good news for me is because I can use the vertical feed for reach, so more people theoretically are going to come in. Therefore, we're going to get more members, and that's good for the channel, right? It's a win, as far as I can see. However, the testing hasn't completely finished yet, because for now, the way that I've got this, sorry to go into a bit nerdy kind of YouTuber stuff. If you use, I'm not using the dual stream feature on YouTube. This is important because if you use the dual stream feature on YouTube, what it does is it kind of separates your audience a bit, and it says like basically all people who are subscribed or members can only go onto the horizontal, and only new people can go onto the actual vertical feed, which kind of confuses the algorithm, and then it ends up not pushing you out and you get ridiculously low numbers, which is what happened a while ago. Here the streaming software uses Ecamm, and what you can do is you can wire this digitally, so you actually get two separate feeds. There are two unique feeds, one for the vertical and one for the horizontal, and that kind of gets around it. And that's why we're here, and that's why at 10 to 7 I've got a whole massive 11 thumbs up, which is great. If you haven't hit the like, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe, but I haven't got a subscribe button anymore. That's the only thing, because I haven't programmed it in. But what I have got is lots of cool stuff. So we have much better guitar. Got much better guitar zoom, so you can see exactly what's going on that one. We have Back to the Secret Garden. Nice view for sitting here if you just want to see the side of me, but you can, it's a quick studio tour. I use Ableton Push to trigger a lot of my stuff and to control guitar presets and things like that, but we can talk this way if things get serious. And then we have two different flavors of this. So flavor one is, if I flick this on, right now on this, those of you who are in the horizontal will see basically Ableton Live with me in a box, and those of you will just see me as me. If I push this though, horizontal get to see Ableton but don't see me, everybody gets to see me from the side. So that's what we've got there. So we're fully, I think that's looking good, isn't it? Please comment. Tell me I've done a good job. Right. Yeah. So And apart from that, guitar questions. I'm up for sort of questions. I know people were asking about, or somebody was asking yesterday when I was testing about how to build speed. And I've only just thought about how to build speed now. Neil, which is better playability? Neil, I can't comment on that. I have to say no comment yet, because I can't tell you why. What's your favourite key to play in? I like keys that have like lots of open strings in them. So D minor's good, C sharp minor's good, E minor very good, F sharp minor good. I've been partial to a bit of G lately. That's quite good. Weirdly enough, C minor I quite like. F minor. So they're all minors, but you know, a scale. Basically your modes are just subsets of the scale, aren't they? So that covers quite a lot of it. And there's Des. So Des, I'm back to the you've got a choice now. Horizontal or vertical. That's amazing. So how to build speed. That could be a theme for today, couldn't it? Okay, I've been exploring the idea about harmonising two notes while distortion. Odd looking double stops, harmonising long delay, even though you've got tips on trying out the use of harmonising pedals. Right, I don't know if I've got one on here at the minute. So what I've done in the past, till I've taken it off, is I've done the octave thing, like where I've just had a higher octave mixed in about 25% with my tone, but I haven't done anything where it's actually harmonising with the guitar. I've never done the harmonizer thing, where it's going to diatonically track with what you're playing. Oh, thank you, that's good. Because what's interesting is I had a great week of playing. Last week was just monumentally great for me. And I really liked what I was doing, and things felt effortless. And of course, when that happens, guys, there's always the crash, and we're experiencing the crash now where I can't remember anything, and you know, I'm having to work really hard to do stuff. Things are very thinky, so, and then you get that feeling of like, oh, this is harder than it was last week. So just to let you know that I'm going through that, and this is perfectly normal feelings to go through. So I've got that to kind of dig myself out of. You have to plan the parts on that harmonizer pedal, yeah. So no, I've never got into harmonizing stuff really. Most harmonizing I'll get into is like thinking about intervals when I'm soloing really, and playing chords, or doubling the odd lead. So anybody on here, please do subscribe and hit the like button. But an interesting thing though, isn't it? Harmonising pedals. You never know, it might be something I'll get into. So again, I've been working on having more scale type passages round arpeggios, trying to disguise those arpeggios. So that's been the mission that I've been on sort of the last sort of week. So one thing I've been working on, which I think is like very useful, is and something I've done for a while, is kind of joining two different arpeggios together. So this is like quite an interesting kind of area to move into. So if we're in E minor, and I found some really good sort of places for this. For example, we can have like an A minor 7 moving into a G major 9 or major 7. So that's a cool little... We'll keep it simple. A minor 7, G major 7. Going into an E minor 7. And we can decorate them. So pretty cool, that. With scale notes. So again, this is a great example of like hitting, using notes of a chord arpeggio to just get a different melodic vibe on your soloing that's outside of pentatonic, and it contrasts great with pentatonic. So you can kind of work all your arpeggios, so I've been working them kind of going backwards. So that's a flat 5/7, which sounds great in Dorian. Going down an E minor 7. So we'll do it this way. Really cool way to do things, isn't it? Let's think of another one. Oh, this is a good one. C major 7 down a B flat. So and then joining C major 7 with an E minor 7. So it's great how you can just add all these arpeggios together with scale fragments. And maybe alright, just checking the chat with my other vertical stream, and there are two different reasons. The chat on my right, okay. Different chat. Well, as long as there's a chat there. I'm not sure what, like, why that is. Let me have a look. I've got it set to both on here, so it should be coming through. Okay, so skinny. Find what breaks me out of a rut. I find what breaks me out of a rut is trying to play more often and singular strings for melodic phrases than 3 notes per string. Absolutely. So yeah, that's a cool thing. I think for me it's been that whole sort of just doing scales in a vertical manner that superimpose well over an arpeggio is massively. I just keep finding like loads of cool stuff to do with that, especially adding chromatic stuff. I'm not AI. No, Liam, I'm not. Right. Listen. I'm definitely not AI. I mean, what on earth would make you think that I'm AI? I'm messing up guitar all over the place here. And anyway, if I was AI, would I even tell you the truth? I mean, yeah. So I don't know. No, I'm not AI. I'm just as imperfect as everybody else here. In fact, more imperfect. I'm gonna give Tim the cat. Yeah. So please do subscribe and thank you, Wayne. Wayne, World of Rock Music. I love that. That's cool. Great to see you on here. Yes, please do subscribe. Bro is AI. I'm not, Liam. I can swear to, I don't know. Test me. I wonder what makes you think it's AI. It can't be my perfect guitar playing, surely. Yeah, Liam, he's AI. See, dodgy bends. I'll tell you what, I'll play one of my tracks from my band that isn't an AI band. So if you go McRocklin and Hutch, you can find us on Spotify or most digital online retailers. There's that. I'll just find There you go, McRocklin and Hutch. Alright, Alien, how you doing? You don't need big hands. I mean, there's lots of like workarounds you can do on guitar. There's, you know, there's lots of ways to do things. I mean, when I'm doing stretchy stuff, it tends to be like this kind of quartal harmony thing that I'll do with pentatonic scales. But there's other ways you can do it. You can do it with bars. You just got to get it sweeping on one string, one note per string. So this brings me on to speed, how to build speed. Can anybody remember how to build speed? Because this is the thing, like I remember, and I briefly talked about this yesterday, somebody asked how do you build speed, and I just remember because I started young and the first thing I wanted to do, I just assumed everybody played like a million miles an hour on a guitar. So I therefore, you know, you got your pentatonic scale and I just tried to play like really fast, like Kirk Hammett on a pentatonic scale, totally uncoordinated. And then I remember watching I don't know if Des is here. I remember watching The Tube and watching It Bites play and Francis Dunnery, and they did a song called All in Red, and then that was when I found 3 notes per string. And he did like a little end like that, I think it was an A. It probably didn't move it even. And it was like a little end thing like that. And then I had 3 notes, but I didn't know like harmony or anything like that. I just had these 3 notes. Interestingly enough though, I was doing like classical guitar at the time, and I did know scales, but nobody told me what the scale was for. So there was this kind of information scattered across my brain with none of it connected. So what initially happened is I went on kind of like that on guitar, and then I got like a really good teacher who could do all the shred stuff. Guy called Richard Manley Reeve. God bless him. Unfortunately he passed away at a young age. It was very sad. Quite recently. He's only about 60. But anyway, he was, you know, extremely influential on my guitar playing in terms of getting over that hump and getting into the world of shred in a good, safe and secure way. And it was a wake-up call, because I went into his lesson and I was like, well, I just like basically want to learn all these ridiculous like Yngwie Malmsteen pieces, and he was like, yes, but you need to do this first. And he took me through all of the scales and explained what it was all about. I remember watching him improvise and thinking, wow, that's amazing, that's exactly what I want to do. I don't have to learn pieces, I can just like, wouldn't it be great just to improvise like that? So he took me through the scales, and he took me through basically play slower and more accurately and make every note count. So that's what I had to do. I had to strip things kind of back. However, this is like pre-internet, so there was still information missing. So yes, my playing got tightened up. I was shredding, which was great. I was definitely a very aggressive alternate picker at the time. And then I started doing legato, being very influenced by Richie Kotzen in my sort of teens. But there was, I remember, and there's a Troy Grady video, and he talks about it, so spooky, because I remember being absolutely obsessed with the Vinnie Moore tutorial video that he had. I think it would be the first one, where he does the ascending groups of sixes, right? And I couldn't do it. I was alternate picking like certain things really, really well, but when it came to kind of playing this thing, and I could see that he was starting on a downstroke, and that horrified me, because starting that on a downstroke starting that on a downstroke means you've got to use an inside motion. So I'm going down, up, down, up. So this pick, we're in between strings. I was pausing the video, I couldn't see what was going on, I had no idea. Some days it would be okay, I'd be able to kind of do it. Some days I wouldn't be able to do it, but certainly the one thing I did experience was the bouncing hand motion, especially under stress. So I might have that lick down, and then your friends come around and they'll go, right, been working on this. And then it would all just turn to shit, and they'd be watching me, and then I'd feel the hand bouncing. So what was all of this? Why was it just so random? Why could I do it some days, and why couldn't I do it other days? I couldn't quite see on the VHS video. Well, if you watch the Troy Grady video, who does all of this, and it's just an amazing thing and such a relief when I watched it. It's all about picking angles. That's what it's about. Because the bouncing hand motion, why that happens is because your pick's trapped, and your hand is somehow kind of got half in its brain, and it'll try and jump the string. And all this is kind of happening at an unconscious level. So that's the other thing, is like this unconscious level thing that we need to do. So we have to do some conscious thinking, and what that means is we have to get the angles right. So when I'm doing that, picking just, let's do something a bit more symmetrical, E minor. It's that picking there is totally reliable, that's fine, I can live off that. But what's actually happening is I'm angling, because I'm doing a down, I'm doing an upward slant, so there's this rotation on my hand. And what that means is when I'm picking, if I exaggerate it, the pick's coming away from the string, and it's providing a great angle for me to hit the second string on an upstroke. Oops. So that's what you're getting, and it's fairly reliable, and it's because the pick isn't trapped. If I do it the other way, it's not working. Except what I'm doing there is I'm doing the gypsy jazz thing where I'm just forcing the pick through the string. But there you can hear how like out of sync it is, and that's because the hand's getting tramped. Why is my playing so smooth? It's playing smooth because I think a lot of it comes from because I did classical guitar, so I have like an okay kind of technique. The other side of it is that I want things to sound good, so I'm prepared to put in a little bit of practice time. And then the other thing is the way I practice. This is very important. I have studied the psychology of music at a very deep level, put it that way. And I use that to my advantage. I'll tell you another reason that my playing is really smooth is part of it is to do with the job that I do. So I'm what you call a therapeutic musician. It's like a music therapist, but I'm very much kind of on the wards working with patients. And I have a very large caseload. But I actually work with all patient groups. So I specialise in doing this thing called intensive interaction. So one of my specialities is actually working with adults who have severe learning difficulties. So you're talking somebody with the IQ of a 2-year-old who's completely non-verbal, no communication at all, that's moods very, very heightened a lot of the time. So music's used to calm them down, and I do music sessions with them. But that music isn't necessarily like me just playing to them. It's a form of communication which we call intensive interaction. So you're using music like a language, you're playing with their body motions, they might be making certain like noises and things like this, and this is all kind of musical data they're giving you that becomes kind of like a game when it's good, and it works very, very well. It really, really calms people down. So obviously you need anything can happen, so you need you playing tight, and especially if people have got particular very like, especially sensory wise, if they're very sensitive, you want to be able to control the noise that's coming out of your instrument as well. So that's another reason. Right, so Galactic's put up Connect with Hutch on the WhatsApp. So that is the business line. So anybody who would like a guitar lesson, limited capacity, I probably have 1 or 2 slots available. But the other things I can help you with is if you want to do a one-to-one coaching session, that's there. So anybody who's wanting to start or has a music career and is stuck at the minute, I'm here to help. The other thing is if you want to join one of my music coaching groups, you can do that. And now another little kind of thing I keep mentioning, which I would love to start, and I would just magic the time for this, is a group of 4 people who are interested in doing this, what I'm doing now. I think one of the most powerful things that I've ever done in my career is actually started like streaming on YouTube. And it's been an absolute, it's been great. I've learned a lot, you know. It's not easy, it's hard, but what I'm offering here is coaching on that. So if this is something you've thought you would love to do, and, you know, things like, for example, fear is putting you off, or you're not sure how to start, you don't feel that you're good enough on your instrument, all of these kind of things, I'm here to help you. So if there's 4 people there who would like that kind of service, please do send me a message, because I would like to put a group, or I'll just individually coach you. Now Enzo, who is one of my moderators, I've been coaching him on his channel. He's a great case study. So if you see Enzo, he's regularly streaming. He's actually hitting I had a look actually the other day, and so I'm just going to quickly just see, because I was very impressed the other day at the scores. So yeah, I mean, Enzo's doubled his subscribership, but he's actually reaching 43,900 views a month, which is great, and that's steadily building his channel. He's regularly streaming. It's in vertical, and he's constantly upgrading his channel, which is great to see. So I've seen Enzo literally just getting a good angle in his room on his phone and going on live, just using the mic on it, and it's been perfectly fine. He's been bringing the numbers in, and then I've watched him build the lighting up, get direct audio, so it's been really good. So yes, Enzo is absolutely knocked it out of the park. He's done really, really well, and all he has to do is keep doing that and slowly, just incrementally building up. But as I say, Enzo does he does like a one-to-one coaching session with me once a month, and he's doing good. So it doesn't have to be every week, but if you do one a month, you can talk to me. We can get you set up, and then I'll hold you accountable. You want to become like Paul Gilbert's Buckethead, right? Why not just be yourself, Alien, and use that as inspiration? Because they already exist. I'm more interested in what Alien's gonna do. Alien Ice Cream, and it's a cool name as well. You see, I want to go see, like, Alien Ice Cream's is doing a performance on YouTube. I want to see that. What would you rather see, Alien Ice Cream or Tim Hutch? I want to go see Alien Ice Cream, of course. Oh, Whoops. All right. I have a friend who's really into Bakugan. Oh, I wonder what that is. He tried to recruit me, but I had to save money. Awesome channel, that blade stuff as well. I would have so much fun with that. You've got to have a local group. All right. He did, Steve, I did write a thing called Alien Love Secrets. Absolutely. Oh, what was that? That lick. So I was working on... Was it that? Maybe it was that. Was it that? There's been that many things I've been working on lately. Oh, you have an Ibanez Prestige? Yes, get the strings on it. Yes, I'm using some delay. So one thing I've been practicing, oh, that, yes. That kind of thing. Thomas uses those quite a lot, but you got them all over the place. Yeah. My guitar inspirations. Right, so going right back to the beginning, Eddie Van Halen, probably the first guitar hero that I was like, wow, that's amazing. Then it would be Yngwie Malmsteen that motivated me that I would have to do shitloads of practice and find a teacher who could play like that. And then it just escalated into like any artist who was on Shrapnel Records. Definitely Richie Kotzen, definitely Paul Gilbert, Razor X, Tony McAlpine, Vinnie Moore, all of those guys. Alan Holds have been a constant thing that I've marvelled at throughout my entire guitar career. I was so pleased that I got into him at like really an early age. I liked it. I didn't go, ugh, that's horrible. I really liked it and would put it on and try and understand what it was, but I couldn't. So it was just something really to marvel at. So those are the usual things. I think now I'm just inspired by lots of things that kind of come in front of me. So I'll see Tom Quayle playing stuff I really like, Jack Gardner, all of those kind of guys. And you're just pulling bits, aren't you? You kind of, you're not stealing. You're taking little bits that you like of players and you're putting them together in your own and repurposing them. Is sort of what's going on. But I think like at the minute I've been absolutely, and I bet people are sick to death of me saying this, is like just that whole Greg Howe thing is like amazing the way that he approaches improvisation. I can't get enough of it. Yeah, Paul Gilbert's a very insightful teacher. He's really good. So today, I think what I want to do today is improvising, but obviously using arpeggios, scales. But instead of kind of putting the scales round where there are two notes of the arpeggio, I'm going to make an effort to kind of start them I'm going to try and make an effort to start them on basically parts of the arpeggio that only have one note. That's kind of the thing I like. Yeah, so just putting in those small little like arpeggio phrases with scales. It's a hard one, isn't it? So that's too big of a... Well, you don't need longer fingers, because you could easily do... So Alien, I think what would be really good is why don't you book in for a lesson, and if it's a complete mess and you can't, it's too much of a problem, I'll give you the money back, right? But why don't you just come for a lesson so I can work with you to kind of just... I have Badfinger Web it because I just feel these are like loads of beliefs that you'll have kind of built up over years, and just this might not be true. I always held a belief that people can write good riffs over and over again, and I find to be heroes. So you gotta watch out for beliefs and putting people on pedestals and then making comparisons between you and them. So what I would suggest is why the WhatsApp at Galactic, can you just put up the WhatsApp number? Why don't you just send me a message, and then you've got the number, and then when you get the money you can book in for a lesson, and then if the lesson's a disaster you don't pay me, alright? I was decent when I was 18. Well, there you go. So there's the number. Okay, and that offer I extend to everybody else, right? So anybody else who's like, oh, I don't know, it might be a disaster, right? Don't worry about it, okay? I'll just not charge you, alright? I don't know, like all I do, right, for Yinghui, it's economy picking, isn't it? And then playing really fast on a scale and then just trying to kind of play a melody in your improvisation, so... Oh, we need some music here. Oh god, here we go. This could be good. Oops. I'm going frantic though. It's like I don't really practice that style, but that's sort of in the ballpark, isn't it? Oh, there you go. I had a one-to-one on Skype with Tim, and it changed the trajectory of my life. There. That's so cool, isn't it? Tell you what, we'll just get that there. So do you, like, basically, even if I don't learn, you still deserve pay. Well, no, not necessarily, because if you don't learn in the lesson, chances are I've pitched the lesson wrong. So it would be on me, I would have thought. I've overshot, or it's been, you know. Because look, there's like I like coaching. I mean, I've taught for years, right? And I teach in a combination of teaching and coaching at best. And honestly, right, fact, there's no such thing as a bad learner. Everybody can learn something. I think it's all down to the teaching. You know, like, I have bad days teaching, you know, and I can mess things up. But bearing that in mind, the lesson's just got to be pitched, hasn't it, correctly to the person's skill level. It's called the skill to challenge ratio. So the skill to challenge ratio, psychologist Csikszentmihalyi, can't pronounce his name, Stephen Kotler, both pitched it at 4 to 7% out of your comfort zone. So when I'm doing, you know, when you're in the room with me and I'm teaching you, you know, I'm doing diagnostics all the time on your ability, and then what I'm trying to do is pitch whatever I'm trying to teach you within that range of 4 to 7%. So you're not going to turn up to a lesson and be completely overwhelmed, but you're not going to be bored, but you are going to feel motivated by the fact that, like, these things that I'm teaching you, you're just about getting, or you understand. You just need to take them away to practice them, and that's a good lesson to me, because I'll see students getting very, very excited. Like, it's almost, they can't wait to just get me out of the way and just, that's enough, Tim, I'm going off, I need to practice this, it's too good. That's the kind of vibe you're wanting, isn't it? No, teaching's, yeah, it's a tough game. So no, we don't have bad students, we don't have bad learners, but we definitely have bad teachers, without a doubt. I would say that could be the question. Alien, I don't know, but we would find out. You know, you would see. But anyway, the number's there, you've got it. So, and anybody else who's wanting coaching, maybe a lesson, or join my wonderful coaching group, which is amazing, and make lots of, like, amazing music, then you could do that. And then those of you who are brave enough to do this, YouTubing, live malarkey, do hit me up. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even worry about criticisms. Surfing the YouTube. Wow, it's 2 minutes past 8. All right, well, I think this has been a good stream. I think this has been successful. Right, and I can confirm, right, that, Enzo, because your next coaching session. I've got to set you up for your coaching group, but the other thing is I'll show you how to do this next Sunday. I can confirm that there's been lots of people watching this. There's been 1,318 people come through the channel, so the shorts feed is pushing me out, so I'm really pleased with that. Do you need an amp that connects to your PC? No, I just need to be able to hear your guitar, so just an amp in the room would do. That would be fine. Anyway, so the this coaching session, Enzo. So that's two things we need to do. What was I going to say? No, completely gone. Anyway, that's it for me today. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, I reckon, doing some more of this. It's been great. And I'll see you guys then. Do like, do subscribe to the channel, very important. Alright, bye for now.